So you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Um, Came across that working with Ray, ChatGPT, trying to kind of look at the video today. I'm Coach Bobby Brown. What I do is I help people live their most amazing lives, free from drugs and alcohol. I do that a couple of ways, through one-on-one coaching, hopefully through these videos. I can help somebody out. And I'm going through one of my top 5 favorite books, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. I'm doing it a chapter a day. We're on chapter 28, 28 Success Principle. Clean up your messes and your incompletes. I've got my copy of the book right here. Highly recommend it. If you'd like to purchase the book, Amazon affiliate, I put the link to it in the description. If you purchase it through me, I get a little small commission, but regardless, just get the book, check it out. Absolute encyclopedia of things that Jack has gone through and collected that successful people tend to do. And if you want to check out my other videos, like we've gone through a lot already, and a lot of these things that I apply to my life. Talk about this chapter. It's a relatively short chapter, but it is extremely important. It's extremely important, I think, to recovery. Along with being a coach and coaching several people, I am a man in long-term recovery. What that means for me is that today I'm living my most amazing life, free from drugs and alcohol. I've been doing that since July 22nd, 2021. I've been in recovery for over a decade, which for me is just taking control of my life again and taking charge of the direction that I want it to go in. I try and live this self-fulfilled life. I try to live in a pretty amazing life these days, and for the most part, I do that. Talk about some of the things that goes in here. Talking about clearing up headspace. And this actually fits really well with, I work 12-step programs. I work both an Alcoholics Anonymous, a Narcotics Anonymous program as part of my personal recovery. And there's step work that's all, part of that step work is designed to help us kind of like clean up all the stuff from our past, going through and doing personal inventories and kind of trying to make amends for things in the past and trying to clear all this stuff out. Why this is important for success, a couple of different reasons. One, you sit on this stuff. A lot of times for me personally, I know that one of the things that keeps me from taking the next steps, keeps me from staying in action and moving towards my goals and moving towards building this life that I want to live, is I'll get caught up and I'll waste time reliving the past. And like looking at, I can spend hours and hours and hours just beating myself up over stuff that's already happened, where once I get to the point, it's just like, okay, like this is what's happened. I've done things that have been harmful to people. I've hurt people. Doesn't matter the reason. Like, what can I do about it now? Developing a mindset. I believe in the idea that we are all doing our absolute best all the time. And then I'm an optimist. Okay, so if you're a pessimist, you say we probably also did our absolute worst all the time. But like we did the best, like at any given moment, you're doing the best with what you've got to work with, Is that the best that you're capable of? Certainly not. There's gonna be times where you're more tired than others. There's gonna be times where you're angry, lonely, all these feelings and emotions that are going to slow us down. But I believe, based off of what we got, we're doing what information we've got, how we learn things is by trying and doing things wrong, like in a way that's not helpful. So that's one big part of this chapter is, okay, let's get to a point, and I use this in coaching, let's figure out where you're at, all right, and then figure out where you want to go. And then we got to figure out, okay, well, what's keeping you from getting there? And a lot of times it's mindsets. Like so much of coaching is helping people to change their perspective on how they look at things. getting into developing habits and behaviors that will consistently help somebody to achieve goals, and like how you look at the world affects your ability to produce results. If you are walking around with a victim mentality, the world's unfair to you, and that, you know, everything that everybody else has done, all these outside circumstances is what's got the big impact on whether or not you're going to be successful. It's very, very hard to take those actions that successful people do. Like, this is not being successful doesn't happen on accident. You know, I've used this analogy in another video. I talked about baking a cake. Like, I can't bake as of today. I may add that to one of my goals at some point. Maybe I'll learn to be a master baker at some point, but I can't bake today. But if you are a master baker and you go buy all the ingredients and you have all the equipment and you set us up side by side in the kitchen, and step by step you show me exactly what to do, and we do these things together, odds are at the end of the day our cakes could be pretty much the same. Okay. And I could produce a good cake by following these directions that you've got very, very close up. And I believe that success is no different. If you want to have good finances, there are certain things that people with good finances do. If you want to have good relationships, a good relationship with a man or a woman, like, there are certain things that happen in good relationships, and there's also things that happen that don't. Over time, like, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn through repetition. You're gonna learn through trial and error. Where having a coach comes in is that if you've got somebody that's kind of already been there and figured out the pitfalls, or that knows the resources to find the pitfalls, then they can help you they basically build a bridge between where you're at, where you want to be. Let's avoid all this stuff down here. Let's learn from other people's mistakes. And then as long as we can learn from other people's mistakes, like, certain actions are going to get certain results. And that's where this book's has been such an important part of my life. Kind of talk through some of the stuff that we've gotten to get up to here, you know, taking 100% responsibility for your life, like having some sort of understanding a purpose for your life, and having something bigger than you, like, to get you out of bed and get you driven and get you motivated and get you moving, no matter how you're feeling. You know, having a vision, being able to make plans, being able to develop habits, like how we speak to ourselves. All these things work together, hand in hand. The second part of this chapter so it's clean up your messes and your incompletes. And I'll share some things that I've learned. Like, I've got a lot of goals I'm working on. I started my 90 days. I live my life in a 90-day sprint deal, where instead of looking at what I want to accomplish in a year, I've broken that down into, okay, well, what can I accomplish in 90 days? Like, if I do massive goal setting, I start out with like 27 big goals, so then my goals just keep adding, because I have a lot I want to do. But if I'm taking a look at that, like, I can end up with a whole bunch of tasks along the way that I've got like 90% done. I've got an ad I'm working on right now that I've got the whole my coaching platform, my builder's blueprint all made up. I've got the ad recorded. I'm at a point where I can't figure out exactly how I want to get the subtitles onto this thing. And so it's stopped me from paying and running that ad, because I understand that 80% of the people on their phones watch this with the volume off. So I don't want to waste that money. But this is a task that I'm going on a week now that I have not figured out. I've just had other stuff going on, but it's a matter of prioritizing. I have to look at these incomplete things that are almost there, that if I just finish them, we'll get results. And this is something I think a coach can help with too. Okay, help you to prioritize, help you to get honest about, hey, like, look, but you say you want to do this, and you're close, and you're putting all this time and energy into it, but you're not. What's keeping you back? And figuring out what's keeping you back. And so that's some things that I've got to reflect on. Heard a great tip called the 5-minute rule. If you pick something up, if you can do something, or the hands-on rule maybe. If you pick it up and you can get it done in 5 minutes or less, just do it rather than putting something off to the side. I think that's been helpful to me over the years. And then, yeah, so I hope this video was pretty good. I've been riding through the last couple of days. I've had a lot going on in my own personal life, so I haven't been getting the videos out. So I'm real big on just taking action, even if things are not the quality that I want. That's one of the success principles too, is just to kind of just take action. You'll get better over time. I can always record this video. Like if this one really sucks, I can always come back later and I can do this again and I can fix this one. But right now it's important to me that I get back into the rhythm of getting these. I have a goal of having the whole book done in 90 days, 63 chapters. I can't miss a whole lot of days. I've missed a couple in this last few days. I've fallen behind on recording, if you take a look at the dates on these. So that's some of the stuff that I'm working on. If you are living a sober life, brand new to sobriety, or you've been in sobriety for a long period of time, all right, and if you would like, you know that life is not where you'd like it to be. You have things that you would like to be working on or towards, and you feel like the missing component is having somebody to kind of walk side by side with you, and you've thought about a coach, and you like my videos, and you say, you know what, I think this is a guy I'd like to work with, then just DM me coach or visit my website, soberliferight.com. I'd love to talk to you. And then, maybe make a list today. What are some things that you've got almost done? And let's see if you can knock at least one or two of those out today. So that's what I got. I hope everyone has an amazing day.